it's time to leave Corsica. We're all packed up and we've got some supplies for the ship, so we've got a big 3-minute journey to get to the boat. So I think we'll make it on time this time.
Meanwhile, I am lugging all of the food supplies and everything out of here. I don't know how I'm going to get on this bike.
Yeah, we look a little bit disorganised today, but it's just that we've got our shoes and stuff for the boat.
Are you going to hold that for me, or no?
Yeah, I'm going to have my both hands up. Alright.
If you hold that, I can get on. This is going to be the most unelegant get on of a bike ever.
That wasn't too bad actually. We've got like 6 litres of water in here, haven't we? But the price of water on that boat is not a bad idea.
It was so expensive. Give me that one.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that's good that they're crossing.
Okay. No sudden movements. No sudden dropping. No.
There's a lot
leaning.
of bikes out tonight. Otherwise, yeah, there'll be like food, supplies and water everywhere.
Literally.
Well, it's not even here yet, our ferry.
Unless we're going on a different one. I don't think so though. So we went to the supermarket, got water, we got some food from the ferry, some other bits and bobs. That's why I'm so loaded at the back.
What time is it now? We are actually very early today, aren't we?
Yeah, but there's nothing else to do.
I guess not.
I wonder how quickly they turn around these boats.
What's that?
I said, I wonder how quickly they turn around these boats.
Yeah. You think, yeah, they got to clean all the cabins and things, haven't they? Or maybe they don't clean them. I don't say that to you.
So we're taking the ferry from Ajaccio to Toulon in mainland France. You can also take it to Nice as well, and sometimes you can take it to Italy in peak season when they have multiple routes on.
Have I missed the entrance here? Gare de Maritime. I think I have, you know. I think we'll have to go back.
Okay.
Please prepare boarding pass and identity card.
They're big
Come
ships,
on.
aren't they?
They are huge, aren't they? Mammoth things. It's the checking people. You got it on your phone,
Yeah. Would you like me to do anything else back here?
Oh, if you don't mind a cup of tea or something, if you don't mind.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oui.
Ah non, il est attaché.
So,
Alors, 2 personnes, la moto. Ça c'est la cabine, gardez-la bien.
merci beaucoup.
Voilà, alors il faut aller tout au fond du port avec les motos. Vous allez les voir doubler tout le monde là.
Oh,
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. He's
Sounded
given me
all
a
French to
sticker,
me.
but I have no idea what to stick the sticker to. What am I supposed to put it on your helmet?
Just gonna wait
Okay.
with the bikes. Can't wait.
Super. Okay,
Right. Do you want to take your shopping bag, Em?
if you don't mind. Thank you.
Your baguette.
And this one,
What's that one?
the other side.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so we are deck 6 on this one.
The same as last time, I think it was,
think
wasn't
so. 65503, and this time we at least know that we just asked someone to open the door with this sticker, but I don't
That's
know where to
true.
put this sticker. I think I'll put it on my phone case.
it? That's probably not a bad idea, though, is it? Sticks on.
It's not going to come off now, but
No, it's got that souvenir now for life. Alright, well, we're here for another hour and a half, I think, so we might as well hop off and enjoy the last of the sun.
I guess so. I think they'll probably board us at 6, won't they?
Yeah, more
An
than
hour
likely.
before. I don't know why we're facing the wrong direction. then.
7. I know, it's 6:15 now. They'll probably board us at 7.
Oh, okay.
So, oh, it's only 45 minutes. That's not too bad.
Why are we facing the wrong direction?
I'm not sure, actually. It's a good point. But they've stopped everyone there, so maybe that's the gate there that they open. Well, we'll see.
Alright then. Alright, can you grab them?
Right. Yeah, grab your bag, Got your food supplies.
Another not elegant mounting, my apologies.
It wasn't bad, that, to be honest. You can rest that one on there. We look ridiculously overloaded, but we've
I
got
know.
we've got our riding gear in one of them.
Alright, I think we're nearly ready to go onto this, into the ferry.
I think so, yeah. This must have done a pickup somewhere else, because there's not that
Yeah.
many getting off. Right, we're off then. Into the bowels of the ship.
I thought it would take a lot longer to get us on.
No, it didn't take long at all.
It's a slightly different boat this time. Looks a bit
Oh,
more
yeah.
modern.
Oh yeah, there's already bikes on here, so this must be a second pickup.
There's already a few bikes on.
There's another 1300 there.
Looks very slippy. Merci. That's okay.
Alright. You're gonna hop off here,
I'm not sure.
He's
He's not
yeah?
happy. Sorry, Shawnee.
Is that pannier on there, Is it touching the back?
Not sure how they're going to strap these ones down. So we are on, and Shadow is strapped this time straight away. They've done it on the frame and on a tiny little bar, but he is strapped.
doesn't need much, so we're going to find our cabin, eh?
Yeah, through all of this maze, there's so many cars getting on this. We head in.
Just try not to get run over.
I think we were deck 6 again, and this is deck 3.
That's true.
6503.
Got like canteen access.
Yeah.
Looks alright actually, though.
It does a little bit more hectic getting on this one because people are already on.
Oh yeah, it's the second pickup.
I don't know what is happening at the moment. We are being taken somewhere by someone. I'm very confused. I don't really understand what just happened. We got onto the boat and there was a steward, you know, the guys in the yellow jackets that give you the room key. He saw our room number and was like, oh no, this is not your room, come with me, and took us up to the 8th floor and gave us a double room with a bigger bathroom and a television. But it doesn't have a porthole. We booked a porthole, but I'm kind of okay with that after the rope incident.
yeah, I don't think there's any advantage.
And then he was like...
But I think it's an upgrade because it's overbooked.
So more things have arrived.
Yeah, it brought us a couple of plates of fruit and bottled water as well, so we didn't actually need to bring any water in the end, but that's really nice. Don't really know why we've got them, but the other cabin that they showed us had them as well. So
It had the fruit plates, didn't it?
yeah. I don't know if they've moved people about, so they're giving something, but pass.
Yeah. I don't know, but he said...
Yeah, he said meet him in the restaurant as well, look out for him.
Yeah, but other people weren't being moved. That's my only confusion. It was just us. So I think that we should go
to the restaurant, find him.
Yeah.
Because he did tell us to.
or a little bit of a walk anyway before it gets too dark. Go see the top of the boat.
Well, we've just been escorted to the dining room, just in time to disembark. Just see the Corsica leaving in the background there.
Yeah, bye Ajaccio. We'll see you probably soon. We're always back in these places anyway. But yeah, we're a little bit confused why we are now in the restaurant because that wasn't our plan.
Yeah, we weren't planning on eating in the restaurant,
No,
but we couldn't really say no. We're far too polite already.
Yeah, but we're here anyway. It's the same restaurant we came in on, I think, the Dolce Vita, and they do have the gnocchi that we really enjoyed last time. So
We'll probably go for the same as what we had last time and then go and see the boat.
yeah, hopefully. It looks a lot grander, this one, than the one that we came in on.
Yeah.
This is Mega 3, I think it's called. But yeah, let's order anyway. What do you want to drink?
Not sure.
Dinner has arrived and we've gone for the poke bowl this time. We have pineapple, edamame beans and pomegranate seeds, cucumber on a bed of rice and quinoa and some chips. And it's kind of the perfect way to end our Corsica trip. It's actually a really lovely experience. And just out the window, we have the final views of Corsica as we sail off into the sea.
Dinner was pretty good actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was a lovely end to the trip, like I said before. It was really nice to just watch Corsica disappear as we were sailing off.
Yeah, that was really good, just in time. It pretty much left as soon as everyone got on. We didn't hang about.
It was a really quick turnaround. Don't think that they're going to take forever to get the cars off. Like, you get on the bike, get your helmet on.
You need to be there on time. Well, we've just come for a last bit of fresh air, a little walk on the deck.
And then we'll head down to our cabin. Actually, we haven't done deck 7 yet, so we should go and have a little wander around that.
Oh, I know.
This boat is definitely a little bit more snazzy than the other boat that we were in on the way here.
Yeah, things are open, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got the games room through here, which has a group of youths in.
A group of youths? Just meaning that you'd be saying that, so...
A group of youths having a lot of fun in, and we also have the boutique through here, which has a lot of nice things and a gorgeous doggy. But yeah, it's a really nice boat, this one.
It is, yeah. It's a beautiful way to cross over, isn't it? It's really like it. Beats that train that we took from Vienna last time, anyway.
I would rather do anything but that train again.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
No, I like this boat travel. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do a cruise.
A cruise, I don't know.
No, like there are those adventure cruises.
Yeah, that'd be better. But then we've also got the Hull to Rotterdam ferry coming up when we head west.
And we also have the one from Wales to Ireland.
Yeah, that's just for a few hours though, is it?
But it's still like a
yeah, that'd be good.
crossing.
8806.
Finding your room is horrible.
No, we had the old number this way.
This way.
Yeah.
It does feel. I feel like you're in a horror film with these corridors.
I just envision them filling up with water.
You don't talk about that when you're on a boat. It's like a cardinal sin.
I was thinking about that the last ferry we did. Oh, we still got some fruit for dessert.
We've got a fruit and a bag full of food because I didn't think we'd be eating again.
About 10 litres of water to get through in the next 6 hours. At least we've got a toilet. We'll be alright.
Yeah.
Good morning from our cabin. It's 6:30 a.m. now. We had a great night's sleep last night. Really quiet last night, actually, wasn't it?
It
How
was
are you
less
feeling?
sleepy and grumpy.
Sleepy and grumpy.
It was less rocky in the middle of the boat and it was quieter than on the way to Corsica.
But still, getting up at 5:30 is not fun.
It's never fun, but it does get us out nice and early. And the staff here have brought us breakfast in the room, which is really kind.
It's really sweet.
So we've got coffee, some pastries, some bread, jams,
Orange
and juice.
and fresh coffee, which is very much appreciated.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a little bit of breakfast. It's a bit early for some for breakfast, isn't it?
Way too early for breakfast.
But we'll at least get a drink, and then I think we'll be getting off the boat in about 30 minutes. It's 5 to 7 now. We've just had our breakfast, and it's time to make our way back to the bike. I think we're on deck 3, were we, on garage 3?
Yeah, we're on deck 8 right now. Fine little cabin. I think we're this way. It's always a maze getting off this, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We came through here, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Not so full this time, was it?
No. They certainly pack them in, don't they?
Sure do.
Time to play Tetris and getting all these bags back in. That was an easy one.
Straight in.
Shall I get on or?
Yeah, you can get on them. Can just go straight here, I think. I don't know why they've gone over there. Oh, nice. New one.
Yeah.
God, look at this little Fiat 500.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back on the mainland.
There we are. It's a nice day as well.
Back on the mainland just as sunrise.
Yeah, just in time, eh? Just gonna go in.
It's a little bit like wacky races, isn't it, getting out of these ferries?
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
All the bikers are too hot in their helmets and jackets, they just want to get off. All the
Yeah,
cars have had
exactly.
enough. Like, wow, let's see.
There it is. The Mega Express.
Back where it all started.
Yeah, it was all too quick.
Even you've had enough now.
Yeah. See, his blind spot indicators are working. Good, isn't it?
They are, yeah.
Why are we all waiting? Should we wait or we'll be
We've
here
got
for
a
ages?
passport check, have we?
I think I might start a trend.
Everyone's like, look at the impatient GS.
Once one does it, they'll all do it.
I'm sure we'll be back on a Corsica ferry one day, even if it's to heading to Sardinia.
Yeah, that's right,
which is
isn't it?
definitely still on our list. How was your Corsica ferries experience, Shawnee?
It was really good. I do enjoy them.
We do enjoy a ferry.
They're very efficient in getting you on and off, I have to say. Right, welcome back to Toulon.
Not for long.
No. About to engage cruise control.
And sit on the
Autopilot.
motorway for 7 hours.
Yep,
Worth it though.
absolutely, yeah. It's quite good actually when you think you could be home in less than half a day.
with your riding. Back in France.
Oh, we wanted that way as well. Gone the wrong way now.
It's alright. Let's go round again.
Sounds great, that little gob.
Yeah, it does. I think you must have a special exhaust on it.
It's got a right little rumble.
If you're going to drive through Toulon, apparently 7 a.m. is the best time to do it.
Isn't it? It's quite a contrast to what it was like when we pulled up the first time. And so begins the motorway slog back home. I think we'll stop every hour or so, for a coffee or a drink. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me, Sean.
757 kilometres to go. And if we don't stop, we'll get home for 2:15, which is not bad.
Not too bad at all.
Alright, that's been a really long day, hasn't it? We've done about 700 kilometres today, and we've only got 33 kilometres left to do before we get home. And we finally jumped off the motorway to take this last little scenic route in Basel land, which is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to be back, but it has been a heck of a long day. I think we only had 3 stops en route, a petrol station, a little coffee stop, and basically just kept on going. The road seemingly never ending, was it, at one point? The only good thing about it was we had no rain.
And it was pretty quiet as well. We didn't have the traffic we did when we were on our way down. But the last week has gone by so fast. It's like a whirlwind of a trip, wasn't it?
Absolutely, it's been incredible. It really has.
I mean, thinking back to as soon as we got off that ferry boat, the Cape course was spectacular, wasn't it? That was a great way to start the trip.
Yeah, I think we actually started off the best, didn't we? That west coast and Cape course.
Yeah.
I think that's Corsica at its finest.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? All those little villages scattered around as well that we rode past, and the little mountaintop forts and things. They were really interesting, weren't they? So you had like a great ride in between, and you had something really cool to see on top as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I was going to say any recommendations for Corsica, it would be stick as much as you can to the west coast. All the way down to Bonifacio, I think is amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
The small amount of the east coast that we did see was not my favourite part. It was, I would skip it. I think Porto Vecchio was the only town that we really liked on the east coast, one that we briefly rode through. And Bonifacio, obviously we spent the day there and it was worth it, wasn't it? It was just immense. That fort, the citadel.
Yeah, Bonifacio was a highlight for me as well, for like places where we stayed. Yeah, it was spectacular. It was a beautiful place, yeah. What was the other city that we liked that we didn't was it Court?
Court was the one where Napoleon Bonaparte's mother fled from. You said it was like perfectly rough, I think your words were.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was a little bit rough in places, but it felt the most authentic of the towns. It almost looked like it hadn't changed in years, with its like the original paintwork on the streets and stuff. That was a really nice place. I'm glad we got to have the evening there, at least a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But then we talked about the coast a lot, but I think one of the most spectacular rides was when we went through the interior.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, the Corsican mountains didn't fail us, did they?
No, those rocks.
Spectacular.
Yeah, you're right in those red rocks, weren't you? So I think that ride that we did from the west to the east coast through the middle, that was one of the highlights as well for me.
Yeah, that was from Porto, basically straight across. And then we dropped down from Court straight through the interior, and then briefly came out didn't we, on the other side in the east coast, and then we dropped to Porto Vecchio
Yeah.
and made
Yeah,
our way
that's right.
round. But I think the west coast for me is where it's at. I think I would return in a heartbeat to anywhere on the west coast.
Yeah. That balcony road, just on the
Yeah.
the cliff edge before you dropped into Porto there was
that
great.
was to Porto, yeah. And the whole town of Porto it's tiny and it's quaint, but it was lovely to spend a few hours there and be able to have a little wander around it.
Yeah, they're fine. They're perfectly small, aren't they? And the fact that you can stop there for the evening, you can have a walk around. It's no stress getting into them because they're so quiet.
Yeah.
And then you can just leave the next day, and it's a nice little experience.
I also think we went at the perfect time. I mean, a lot of the followers, didn't they? They warned us about Corsica, that it was going to be dead busy and too hot. And,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
all of these things, but I think going early season gave us the best opportunity to have the best time in the country.
Yeah. So the first week of April is pretty much the time we went, and it was really quiet, wasn't it? And the temperature was hot as well. It was 20, 25 to ride in. I think it's not hot enough to go swimming in. I think that's what puts a lot of people off on the early season trip to Corsica. But if you're there for the riding and the roads, then it's not really a big deal, is it, to sacrifice a bit of swimming?
No, it's not, because it was empty. We were the only people there, it felt like at times, didn't it? It felt like it was just me and you and Shadow on the open road, and that's what you want from a bike trip. But at the same time, it was nice to not have the cities overwhelming either.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So even from like a shopping point of view, or you want to do the big hotels, or everything was cheaper. Yes, a few of the restaurants weren't open, but there were still places to go, and it was a lot cheaper. A lot of the boat tours had discounts on them because it was off season, the ones that were open. So yeah, I really don't think you can go wrong with doing an early or a late season there, because the people that have messaged us said that it was a bit of a nightmare in the summer.
Yeah, right, and as you say, the hotels were a lot cheaper as well than the time we were there. The only thing was sometimes we struggled to find a restaurant, as a lot of them were not open yet.
Yeah.
But for a small inconvenience, it's not too bad.
Yeah. I think as well, you kind of go to Corsica for the roads. I think anybody who's watching this is going to go for the roads and the mountains and the experience more than maybe the food. The food is a nice plus.
Yeah, I agree,
But
yeah.
there was loads of supermarkets. I will say, from my point of view, Corsica was more expensive than I expected when it came to food. It was a similar price to here in Switzerland, which I wasn't expecting, and the supermarkets were quite expensive as well. It was definitely on European higher standard of food, and that shocked me a little. I didn't expect that. I know it's an island, I get that, but even some of their local produce was it was very expensive at times. I mean, you're talking, some of the meat dishes were 30-35 euros a plate at some of the restaurants.
Yeah, they were, weren't they? Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing I would tell people to bear in mind. I mean, we averaged 60 euros per night on hotels, 60 to 70 euros a night in off season, which was perfect for us. And fuel was on the more expensive side. It was around €2.10. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah, I think hovering around the €2 a litre mark. But there weren't that many fuel stations either, so make sure you keep topped up if you need to whenever you see a fuel station, because they weren't, as I say, there were sometimes we went hours without seeing one on some of those routes.
That's very true. That's very true.
But on the whole, thoroughly enjoyed Corsica, and it was it gave us a lot more than we expected. I think it was really, really great experience.
I think it's the perfect mini tour. You don't need 3-4 weeks. You don't need more than a week, I think, on the island. Yeah, if you want to do the beaches and stuff, then you're going to need to, and you want a lot of downtime. But when it comes to kilometres and actually getting a good feel for the island, I think you only need a week. I wouldn't personally recommend staying a lot of time in Bastia or Ajaccio.
Yeah.
They are very much port towns, very much bases, more than, you know, a
Yeah,
couple of hours you'll see a lot.
Yeah, they're a bit chaotic to get in and out of, so I would probably stay clear of those. Yeah, I think you're right there. But on the whole, yeah, I'd certainly go back to Corsica in a heartbeat. It was fantastic. I'd like to go to Sardinia next time as well.
Yeah, I think the Sardinia Corsica in 2 weeks is a good option, you know, for people.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
think
you
that's
say?
yeah. Yeah, if you've got 2 weeks, then you can take in the other island. Yeah.
What else were we saying that we would recommend for everyone? Bring water on the ferry because it's extortionate.
Oh yeah, a little bottle of water for like €4. So. Except for our return journey when Marie miraculously got like 6 litres of water given to us.
Yeah. But overall, if you're thinking about Corsica, don't let the road conditions put you off. Don't let don't let anything put you off. Really, it's great.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, watch out for rocks, livestock, animals. There can be lots of random things on the road that you might not be expecting. So, yeah, just be wary of what might be around the corner.
It's kind of the good thing though, because you don't need to go fast there. It's so twisty. You won't believe it until you get there and you're on one of the roads. Actually, how twisty the roads are.
Yeah, and the
don't
drop
go fast
off.
anyway.
You're like protected by a little 20-centimetre wall
Yeah.
from an abyss.
Yeah. But it was the perfect season start tour for us. I've learnt a lot. I definitely think that we enjoy the mountains a lot more than the cities nowadays.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
And if I could do anything differently, I think I would spend an extra day maybe in the mountains in the centre than I would have done in Ajaccio.
Yeah, maybe like an extra night in Porto and use it as a base.
Yeah, something like that. So Sean, you've been asked a couple of questions on Instagram.
Okay.
And that is, how did the new Navigator perform, the new connected ride?
Yeah, I'm really impressed actually by it. It looks a bit odd for this tour, but I've been using both my phone with the Calimoto app and the Navigator at the same time. The reason I've been doing that is because we made the route at home on Calimoto and we exported the GPX files and dropped them onto the Navigator. So I wanted to make sure that the Navigator was following the GPX files, so I ran them in parallel to see if there was any differences between the two. And I have to say that the connected ride Navigator, it performed brilliantly. It had the routes exactly how we loaded them, and I like the fact that it was rigid, that it always stuck to that route.
Yeah.
So even if you like stopped and went off somewhere, it would try and get you back on the route that you had planned, which when you've planned an exact route is what you want. You don't want it to start taking you off here and there. But if you do want it to start from a point where you are, you can always cancel the route, start it again, and you can tell it to start the route from your current position.
Yeah.
Which is a great feature.
Yeah,
The
I
only
think the other
thing that
is-
was... Yeah?
Yeah, it never lost signal, did it? Not once.
No, it never lost signal either. That was great. And it was quite good. You could switch the screen to your lean angle if you wanted that on, or you had other little information you can display because it's linked to the bike.
It's also
Which is
a
good.
very bright screen, which is great. So even when it was quite sunny and cloudy, like we had it in different conditions, it's nice to have it super bright on the screen,
Yeah.
the directions up there. And the only bad thing that we'd say about it is that it doesn't log your waypoints on the GPX, it just logs an entire route. So
Yeah, that's
if you
you could easily like ride past one of your waypoints if you didn't know what it was. So yeah, that's the one bad thing. But I think that's how it is with the GPX, isn't it? It just saves the route, not the waypoints.
yeah,
But if you use the
absolutely.
calimoto app in conjunction, it tells you when you reach your little points. So
Well, that's
yeah,
the next question, actually. What do you think about the calimoto app, because it's your first time using it?
Yep, I've been really impressed with this app, to be honest. I hadn't used it before. This was the first tour really that we've used it. I think we used it for a weekend previously.
Yeah.
But it really takes out a lot of the planning. You can make a spontaneous route and it comes up with some crackers. Like even just this ride back now, I've discovered a new road that's within 30 kilometres of us that I never even knew existed, and it's spectacular.
The other great
So,
thing about it is the camera awareness that comes up. When
Yeah.
it knows there's a speed camera, it flashes red.
Yeah, that's a big help, isn't it? I don't know if that's legal in every country to use, but I mean, the chances of you getting found using that are very slim. But yeah, that, as you say, that works quite well. Also,
The
what
only-
really impressed us, I think, was the ease that you can extract a GPX file.
Yeah,
It was literally one click, wasn't it? And then it's saved in
It
your
was
downloads
amazing.
folder.
yeah. I think the planning perspective of calimoto is the thing that I'm most impressed with. I mean, it lost signal a couple of times, and it doesn't love being in the city. It's definitely like a road route planner, not a specific hotel navigator.
Yeah.
But when we've used it for planning a road, I don't think there's a better software out there. I do prefer having the Navigator for that always being connected on the road.
Yeah,
But
because
for
you're
planning,
always limited by the network of your phone, aren't you?
exactly. But for the planning perspective and the GPX downloads, it is fantastic. So the only
Yeah.
downsides I would say is when you're in countries with not a lot of signal, or you want to go through a city a couple of times on your route, things like that, it doesn't do as well as a navigator will be, but it will plan you the best route better than a navigator will.
Yeah, that is true, and it's also very easy to share the routes. So all of our routes for this tour, as you've probably heard already, are in the description of each episode,
Yeah.
and you can just download them yourself, and you can save the GPX folder yourself as well. So it's the shareability of the calimoto is something else that's a big positive.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, next question is the airbags. Did they go off?
Fortunately, they did not go off. No, we did go over some super bumpy roads, which I thought maybe they might have might have got triggered, because we do have the fork sensor as well,
Yeah,
which
I
makes
totally
it
thought they were
extra
going to go off.
sensitive. But it's obviously the software is really good, because it didn't go off on those roads, and it must be able to differentiate between a bumpy road and an impact.
It's also really comfortable. I was a bit apprehensive about them, thinking that like, oh, it's another heavy thing to wear. I'm already wearing a big heavy suit and a helmet, and now I'm adding something else. But it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything extra. It's light. It feels like you're wearing. We keep saying it feels like you're wearing a safety belt, don't we?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So overall, we've only been wearing it for nearly 2 weeks now, but we're super impressed with them. Haven't needed them, hope we never do, but yeah, they're really nice to ride with. They don't feel like
Yeah.
you're wearing anything extra.
No, not at all. Just takes a little bit getting used to the electronic one, clicking it on and off, but it's not really a big deal.
No.
The charge lasted a couple of days. I think 25 hours of use, so you can actually get 2 or 3 days out of it without having to charge them up. So yeah, all in all, I'm a big fan of this vest. It gives you that extra added layer of safety, and from what I've heard from other people that have actually experienced having to use them, they have and they do save lives. So yeah, I think they're a big positive.
next question is new suits, question mark?
Yes, we are wearing new suits. They're the Russian suits, are they?
Russian Gore-Tex, they are. The Russian Gore-Tex by BMW, yeah.
Yeah, for this early on in the season time, when it's not been too hot, we had some really cold rides as well.
Yeah.
Where the first day was chilly on the motorways, so having a suit that keeps out the wind, a little bit warm. We didn't actually experience any rain, so we can't really say how it did in the rain, but they're fully Gore-Tex, so I would expect them to keep everything out. They don't have any vents in them, which I guess is good if it does rain, but when it gets to hotter climates, yeah, you do sweat, or will sweat a lot in them without that vent. But you can unzip the front and it has a vent on the zip, so at least it does let the air flow through you. So all in all, they've been a really comfortable suit.
Yeah, I agree with everything you've said there, Sean. I would say the only downside is they're not very vented. However, they've kept me warmer than most suits because of that, and with the weather that we didn't know if it was going to be raining on and off, and we didn't want to be putting our outer shell on, they're a great suit for that. We still love our Touratech Company Aero World Traveller. That is still the ultimate, round the world type suit, where it's amazing in the hot and amazing in the cold. This one is really good for keeping you windproof, dry, and probably a little bit warmer. But I don't think this one will be coming out in the summer because, it's already 20 degrees today and I'm boiling.
Yeah, it's certainly a early season suit and a late season suit. And I think it looks awesome too. I really like the green on it.
Yeah, it's very us. The colours are very us.
I also like the way that the girl's suit and the man's suit are not identical. The colours are like inverted, so where there's green on the man's suit, there's black on the girl's, and vice versa, which gives it a little bit of uniqueness, which I think is good, so you don't look like complete clones.
I like looking like your mini clone though, I don't mind that. But yeah, overall, I think that's it. I think we answered all of the questions. If there's any more, you can leave them in the comments and we'll get back to them.
Yeah. So we are pretty much home now, so that's the end from this little tour. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We've had an absolute great time. But we'll be back very shortly with our next tour. So thanks for all your comments and thanks for watching.